those moments where something really small happens? Maybe someone leaves you on read, or you hear a sudden loud noise, and your brain just goes into overdrive, basically screaming, "Run, N." Yeah, I've definitely been there. If that sounds familiar, well, you might not be crazy. Your brain might just be beautifully traumatized. Today, we're taking a deep dive into understanding trauma. Not, like a dry academic lecture, more like a practical guide to your brain's incredible resilience with some real talk and honestly a lot of hope. So grab your snacks or maybe that emotional support water bottle and let's get into it.
Okay, so our mission in this deep dive is really to pull out the most important bits from our source material, which is beautifully traumatized, understanding and healing your brain. We're going to unpack what trauma truly is, look into how it specifically impacts the brain, and crucially, give you some practical, actionable steps for healing. The idea is to give you a shortcut to being genuinely well-informed on a topic that, it touches so many lives without feeling overwhelmed by all the complex jargon.
So let's tackle this common idea right away. When most people hear trauma, they think big things, right? Car crashes, war, stuff out of a horror movie. We picture this single, huge event. But the source material really pushes back on that narrow view, doesn't it?
It absolutely does.
What's the key difference it points out?
Yeah, what's really interesting is how the source broadens that definition. It stresses that trauma doesn't always show up with a big bang or a shocking headline. Sometimes trauma is more quiet. It's like the slow erosion of safety. For example, maybe growing up where nobody really listened to you. Or always feeling like you had to pretend to be okay, even when you were really struggling inside. It could even be hearing things like, "Don't cry, be strong," when what you really needed was comfort.
Right.
The main idea here is that it's not always about one huge event. It can be the buildup of constant, sometimes subtle things that basically teach your brain, okay, the world's not safe, better stay anxious forever.
That reframing is, wow, it's really powerful because it suggests so many more people might be carrying around unhealed stuff without even knowing it. Now, to understand how these experiences, big or small, actually, mess with our brains, our source uses this great analogy. It asks us to picture our brain like a group of roommates living together.
Yeah, this analogy really helps make the neuroscience less intimidating. So let's meet these roommates and see what happens when trauma moves in. First, you've got roommate one, the amygdala. Think of her as the drama queen of the house. Wow. Normally, she's our alarm system, right? Reacts fast to real threats, fire alarm. She screams. But after trauma, she gets hyperactive. She thinks everything is a major crisis. Someone says, "We need to talk." Boom, full-blown emergency for her. Panic attacks, even when there's no real danger. She's just on edge, 247, seeing threats everywhere.
Got it, the drama queen. Who's next?
Next up is roommate two. The hippocampus, he's kind of the memory guy. His job is usually to put things in context, to say, hey, relax, that happened 5 years ago, it's over now.
Makes sense.
But after trauma, it's like he's, drunk. He gets confused, mixes up the past and the present, is why maybe you smell a certain perfume and suddenly you're crying or feel scared and you don't even know why.
Oh, okay.
Her memory isn't broken, it's just misfiling things, making old feelings feel brand new.
Wow. Okay, so amygdala's panicking, hippocampus is confused. Who's the third roommate?
And finally, roommate three. The prefrontal cortex. Let's call him the chill boss. This part of the brain handles the executive stuff. Thinking clearly, planning, stopping yourself from doing impulsive things.
Like sending that 3 a.m. essay to your ex.
Exactly. That's his job, keeping things rational. But when trauma hits hard, this guy, the source says he basically just leaves the building. He goes offline. This functional disconnect means your ability to think clearly and manage emotions goes way down.
Okay.
And that leaves you with more anxiety, maybe chaos, impulsivity, and maybe that 10-minute voice note full of regret because the rational part wasn't driving. That disconnect is really key.
Wow, that analogy really clarifies why trauma feels so, debilitating and why it's not just in your head. So hearing all that, you might be asking yourself, okay, is this me? Am I traumatized or am I just really tired all the time? Our source actually gives a quick checklist for this, one that I think a lot of us can relate to.
Yes, it's a really important question, and these questions can maybe help you reflect. Do you find yourself overthinking every little thing, just replaying conversations or situations over and over? Do you sometimes feel kind of numb or disconnected, maybe from your feelings or even just reality? Do you ever randomly cry to sad songs, even if your life seems, or basically okay on the surface?
Guilty.
Or do you often feel like something bad is just about to happen, that constant low hum of dread? If you're answering yes to these, it suggests you might have some unhealed trauma. But And this is really important. You are absolutely not broken. It's more like you're running old software. Time for a system update.
That's such a helpful way to think about it. Not broken, just outdated software. Which brings us to the big question, right? Can we fix it? Can we do that update? Or are we just sort of doomed to run this old program forever? What does the source say about hope, about healing?
Well, this is where it gets really empowering. The brain has this amazing ability to change, which scientists call neuroplasticity. Basically, your brain can reorganize itself. It can form new connections, literally rewire itself throughout your entire life.
Wow.
Our source really hammers this home. Your brain isn't like a stubborn rock. It can change. Even those deep trauma responses can be rewired. Your brain is constantly learning and adapting. So healing is truly possible. Doesn't matter if you're 20 or, 90 and have back pain just from existing. And the book lays out 5 key ways to help this rewiring happen.
Okay, let's hear them. What are the strategies?
First up, therapy. And it's not just for, extreme situations. Think of it like hiring a really good brain mechanic. You go in with things feeling tangled and messy, and you come out with hopefully clearer emotional Wi-Fi.
Huh, I like that. Emotional Wi-Fi.
Yeah. And the book mentions a bonus. You get to talk about yourself for an hour straight and no one interrupts, which is actually pretty healing in itself. Second, journaling. Just the simple act of writing stuff down. Even if it's just, I feel meh, over and over. It helps get those circling thoughts out of your head and onto the page. Helps your brain stop running in those loops.
Okay, therapy, journaling, what else?
Third is movement. Because trauma isn't just mental, right? It gets stored in the body. Tense shoulders, tight jaw, back pain.
Yeah, I feel that.
So moving your body helps release that. Walking, stretching, even just like dancing badly in your room when no one's watching. The source says if your body could talk, it'd often be screaming, please move. Fourth, safe people. This is huge. Healing is really hard to do alone. It's about surrounding yourself with people who actually make you feel seen and accepted, not like you're too much.
Right.
Someone who listens without judgment, keep them close. Someone who says, just get over it.
Yeah.
Politely, maybe throw them in the emotional trash bin, as the book puts it.
Emotional trash bin. Noted. Okay, what's the 5th one?
And 5th is meditation or breathing exercises. Now, I know sometimes it sounds a bit boring or cliche.
A little bit, yeah.
But the effect on your nervous system is real. Just breathing slowly, deliberately sends a powerful signal to your brain. It tells that panicky amygdala, hey, we're safe. We're not being chased by a lion right now.
Ah, okay. It calms the drama queen.
Exactly. It's a direct line to calm. Try it for just 5 minutes. No Wi-Fi needed, just you and your breath.
It's funny you hear that saying, time heals everything, but then, it's 2 a.m. and you're replaying that one embarrassing thing from 2013, or your brain remembers your ex's birthday, but completely forgets your passwords. Thanks, brain. It definitely feels like time alone doesn't always cut it, does it?
Exactly right. Those little brain quirks are real. But yeah, the source offers a strong counterpoint to just waiting for time to fix things. Jokes aside, healing is real. It's often messy, definitely weird sometimes, can be slow, but it is absolutely possible. The key thing is, time gives you the space for healing, but it's the intentional effort, the new experiences, the strategies we talked about that actually drive the change.
That makes so much sense. And it's important because sometimes if your brain feels constantly tired or anxious or maybe like a haunted house, you might think you're alone in that or you're weak or maybe even crazy.
Yeah.
But the source is so clear. You're not. You're likely just a strong person who went through things nobody should have to go through. And now you're choosing to heal. And honestly, that's pretty badass.
It really is.
Yeah.
Which brings up a good point. What does healing actually look like day to day? Often your brain isn't screaming dramatically. It's just tired, tired from fighting off intrusive thoughts, tired from overthinking every interaction, tired from pretending everything's fine when it's really not. And people around you might just see you as quiet or maybe even lazy. But underneath, your brain is working incredibly hard, just trying to manage everything, hold back the storm. And that quiet effort, that deserves way more respect than any productivity hack.
Absolutely. And we need to redefine what that healing looks like too. It's not always the perfect Instagram scene, candlelit journaling with lo-fi beats.
Right.
Sometimes healing is just crying in the shower because you need that release. Sometimes it's ignoring 12 texts because you just need some space. Sometimes it's binge watching cartoons because that feels safe. And then maybe feeling a tiny bit better just because you managed to clean your room. It's not glamorous. It's not always pretty, but it's real. And if that's where you are, that's okay. You're doing just fine.
Yeah, and thinking about the bigger picture, it's like this. Some days your brain feels like a web browser with like 32 tabs open.
Oh, I know that feeling.
And maybe 28 of them are frozen. And there's music playing from somewhere, but you have no idea which tab it is.
Yes, exactly.
Our source explains that's kind of what unaddressed trauma does. It just keeps running these processes in the background, eating up your energy, even when you're trying to focus on today. But the insight here is that just noticing that, just choosing to hit refresh on yourself, even in a small way, that's huge progress.
It really is. And it's just wild how our brains prioritize things, isn't it?
Yeah.
It'll remember every single insult someone threw at you 10 years ago,
Vividly.
but totally forget why you walked into the kitchen 2 minutes ago.
Happens all the time.
Trauma, like the source points out, seems to bookmark all the painful stuff, but kind of skips over the good memories sometimes.
Yeah, it has a negativity bias.
So just be patient with yourself. Be compassionate. Sometimes a big part of healing is just gently telling your brain, nope, not today. We're not going back there again right now. We're choosing something different.
Exactly. So if we boil down the practical steps for resilience, for healing, it comes back to this. Breathe, laugh, cry, heal, repeat. These aren't just words. They're like invitations to reconnect with yourself, moment by moment.
Yeah. And listen, if no one has told you this today, I am truly proud of you. Proud for surviving everything you've been through. And now, for choosing to grow.
And maybe just one final thought to leave you with. Take a moment, sometime later today perhaps, to just reflect on the incredible strength and the quiet, unseen courage it takes to face these things and start healing. Think about the battles your own brain might be fighting quietly every single day, and give that the immense respect it truly deserves.